The rich don't earn money, they control it. Most people believe wealth comes from working harder, earning more, and slowly climbing the income ladder. That belief keeps millions running in place for their entire lives. The uncomfortable truth is this: the truly rich do not focus on earning money, they focus on controlling it. Income is what workers chase. Control is what builds empires. When you earn money, you trade time for currency. You show up, perform a task, and receive payment. The system rewards obedience, consistency, and predictability. But earning has a ceiling. There are only so many hours in a day, only so much energy in your body, and only so much leverage in a single job. No matter how skilled you are, your income remains limited by time. Control works differently. Control means deciding where money flows, how it moves, and who uses it. The rich position themselves upstream. Instead of asking for pay, they own the pipes. They own the businesses, the platforms, the assets, and the systems that generate cash whether they are present or not. While earners wait for payday, controllers watch money circulate. Look at businesses. Employees earn wages. Owners control revenue. The employee may be talented, loyal, and hardworking, but the owner decides salaries, prices, and expansion. When profits rise, the owner benefits first. When costs are cut, the worker feels it immediately. This is not because owners are evil. It is because control sits at the top of every financial structure. The same pattern appears in investing. Most people save money after expenses, hoping interest will slowly grow their balance. The wealthy use money to buy assets that produce more money. Stocks, real estate, private companies, and intellectual property all share one trait. They generate cash flow and appreciation over time. Control means owning assets, not just holding cash. Debt reveals this difference even more clearly. Poor and middle-class people use debt to consume. Credit cards, car loans, and personal loans drain future income. The rich use debt to acquire assets. They borrow at lower rates, invest in income-producing properties, and let cash flow pay the debt down. To the earner, debt is a burden. To the controller, debt is a tool. Taxes tell the same story. Earned income is taxed heavily and immediately. Controlled income is taxed lightly and often later. Capital gains, depreciation, deductions, and legal structures favor those who own assets. This is not an accident. Tax systems are designed to reward control, not labor. Those who understand this play by different rules. Even time works differently for controllers. When you earn money, time is your enemy. Miss a day of work and income stops. When you control money, time becomes your ally. Compounding rewards patience. Assets grow quietly while you sleep. Years work for you instead of against you. This is why financial education matters. Schools teach people how to earn. They teach obedience, punctuality, and compliance. They rarely teach ownership, leverage, or cash flow. As a result, most people graduate trained to be good earners, not effective controllers. They enter adulthood chasing promotions instead of positioning. Control does not mean exploitation, it means responsibility. Owners carry risk, make decisions, and absorb losses when things go wrong. Control requires learning, discipline, and long-term thinking. It is not easy, but it is powerful. Earning money is simple. Controlling money is strategic. The goal is not to stop earning overnight. Earning is often the starting point. Income funds education, investments, and opportunities. But staying an earner forever is the trap. The shift happens when you use earned money to buy control. A small business, a share of ownership, a skill that scales beyond hours. When you understand this difference, money stops feeling scarce. You stop asking, how can I earn more, and start asking, how can I position myself better? That single change in thinking separates those who struggle from those who build lasting wealth. The rich do not wake up obsessed with paychecks. They think about systems, ownership, and leverage. They know that earning feeds you today, but control feeds generations. That is the real secret of wealth, hidden in plain sight. Control also shows up in how decisions are made. Earners follow instructions, controllers set direction. In a company, the worker is measured by output, while the owner is measured by outcomes. One focuses on tasks, the other on results. This difference shapes how each thinks about risk. Earners avoid risk because mistakes cost income. Controllers manage risk because smart risks multiply income. Media and culture glorify earners. Hustle culture celebrates long hours, burnout, and constant effort. It rarely celebrates quiet ownership. Passive income is mocked as unrealistic, yet it is exactly how wealth scales. The richest people on earth are not the hardest workers by hours. They are the best positioned by structure. Control also shows up in how influence works. When you control capital, you influence markets, innovation, and opportunity. You decide which ideas get funded and which die early. That power shapes industries and even governments. That is why money control often translates into political and social control as well. Technology has widened this gap. Platforms allow a small number of owners to serve millions of users. One app can generate more value than thousands of traditional businesses. The earners inside these systems are replaceable. The controllers are not. Ownership of scalable systems is the modern gold mine. Breaking into control requires intention. It starts with awareness, then learning, then action. You study how money moves, not just how it is earned. You learn accounting, investing, negotiation, and leverage. You stop spending to look rich and start acquiring assets to become rich. Ultimately, wealth is less about effort and more about position. Two people can work equally hard and end in completely different places. The difference is not morality or luck alone. It is control. Those who control money shape their future. Those who only earn it rent theirs. Control decides who serves whom.